Good evening and welcome back to Planet Coaster, where it's episode 3 of creating the Seaside town. Now, I'm very far into the series now. I say series, I'm not really making a series of it, I'm just doing a bunch of random episodes. But yeah, so I'm going to be today, I'm not going to be building anything, I'm going to be giving a full update tour of what I've got in the town so far. As we can see, it's expanded from episode 1. I've got a lot of buildings, especially that water park. And yeah, so we're going to do a full tour of the entire town, all the way from over here. So yeah, now the sea, I still need to get rid of this. I'm just taking my time, literally going onto the terrain and trying to get rid of this. I can never really be that bothered because it takes so long, especially because I've been playing this one for a while. The terrain's a bit more slower. I've put this big glass wall here just so it looks like the sea ends. Well, there's like a never-ending sea there. Made it look a bit more realistic. You got to think it could look like that. There we go, that looks better, doesn't it? And then it actually looks like it never ends. I've got some seagulls on the beach for a change. I never really see that on Planet Coaster. The beach is now got a sand texture on it. I did have a little play around with the oh my god, what's going on with the notifications? I did have a bit of a play around with all the settings, and it looks a bit different now. So yeah, so the beach has got a sand texture on it. The wall on the seafront, where the beach is and the road separates, I'm still building that, as we can see. Who remembers that big weird pleasure beach I had on here? That was very unrealistic. Buildings then, so we've got the hotel here. I haven't got a name for this hotel yet, but it's currently half built, as we can see. I'll have about 4 floors on it. It won't be a massive hotel. It probably won't be one of the fanciest hotels ever. Hang on, the game's just doing its own thing. But yeah, I haven't got a name for this hotel. I've done an interior, and yes, I've got a little car park out here, and got these nice marble pillars. Designed it all really well. There's some plant pots outside, some very nice glass doors. You come in, and first off, if you want to go to the reception area, you come through to the left. You got a nice little lobby here. Reception desk is there. You can just have a little chill around here. You can read a book. Even got the toilets in here. Very squished little room. Just got to do the work on the sinks there. And this door leads to the restaurant through the wall. This actually looks really good at night as well. So I just put that on. It looks very realistic at night. I'll show you back in there again. It looks cozy in here at night, doesn't it? But yeah. So yeah. Anyway, so this way, we've also got another entrance to the restaurant here. Some very nice floor-to-ceiling windows. Some very fancy windows over here. The game's a bit crashy today. And yeah, even a nice little bit around here. This door goes to the kitchen area, which I'm yet to build. And there's the carpet for upstairs. So this way then, the hotel doesn't actually have any stairs. It only has a lift. But I'll probably do some emergency stairs on the outside or something. But yeah. So if we come in here, we've even got a little lift in here. It's a very fancy lift really, it's just an ordinary lift, isn't it? Come up here. Oh, we're magically up here all of a sudden. How did we do that? And here we are, we're upstairs, and it looks very incomplete because I've just not long started this. We've got our first room here. If we come in, we've got a bathroom, shower there. Hasn't got a bath, just a shower, toilet, and even a sink as well. The room I've designed like an actual hotel room. There's something in my slipper. Sorry about that. Just felt something in my slipper. So yeah, the hotel room I've designed like an actual hotel room. The game's being really crashy. Some bedside tables there, some fancy ones. The beds are very well made. Some very nice views onto the seafront outside. Little area where you can get your coffee in the morning. A wardrobe. A little seating area here, and of course the main thing, a telly. and a light, and it even works in night time as well. It looks absolutely great at night time. Very cozy. Best thing about this is the lights in here don't reflect through the floor. Literally, you wouldn't even think there's lights upstairs. Literally, how cool is that? And yeah, it doesn't all look like it's in this building, does it? It's a very small building, and inside it looks very big. So that's what I've got of the hotel so far, which I haven't got a name for it yet, but hopefully I will do soon. Designed it all over the top of my head. Well, I did take my time. I say that I've just done that in 5 minutes. I did take my time doing a bit of designing for that and stuff, making sure I got everything at like the right angles. I was going to say examples. And yeah, so if we give it a second, it's been a bit slow. I know in Planet Coaster. Give it a second. The computer is saying no today. Computer says no. It is going to say no, isn't it, though? Any second now. If you do ever find yourself playing Planet Coaster, just be prepared for this. Especially on PC. I don't know if it does it on console. There we go. It took a couple of minutes and we have made it. It's a bit crashy still. We'll give it a second. So yeah, but the town has changed so much, and that hotel, that's the first time showing it on camera, and I'm already really impressed with that. Just a little dumpster truck outside here, a bin lorry as we call it in the UK. Just a bit of extra detail. We go up here, got an Aldi there, I'll show you that in a minute. I did actually change a bit of the roads here because it didn't look very right. Got a public car park just for use for tourists, because you do get them in the seaside town. A very big car park for Aldi here. So if we have a little tour of the Aldi, there we go. It's a very old looking Aldi, but you know, this seaside town looks like it would probably have a bit of a history. But yeah, hasn't got an interior, it's just a shell of a building. Oh Jesus, it looks huge, doesn't it? But yeah, literally, I designed this Aldi. Well, I didn't design it. I actually did this as a recreation, as my local Aldi, because this is my local Aldi. I've even got where the lorry goes in there, delivers all the goods. And yeah, so that's the Aldi with the very big car park. You can just see behind all the seafront buildings here, with all the details there and stuff. Make our way down here then. We've got some bungalows. Well, they're not bungalows, they've got upstairs, probably just in the attic, little windows. Just some houses here, just some coloured houses. Anyone watch Balamori when they were kids? Reminds you a bit of that, doesn't it? Coloured houses. A very big house here. I've actually got a bit of a story with this house. It's actually designed by the guy who would own the town. Me, of course, because I did design this town. This house, yeah, it would belong to the owner of the town, and he would have designed it himself. Got some very small garages there. I'm not too sure why, unless that's just me. I am quite tired. If we look at the size of the front door and the garage, it can just be a very grand entrance. And yeah, I designed this quite a while ago, to be fair, so it's not really my greatest of buildings in Planet Coaster. Like, I would have a bigger driveway now. Saying that though, I've got quite a bit of space here. It's even got a very big back garden where we could have a swimming pool or something. And yeah. Down here then we have there's the other entrance to Aldi, which goes down there. We have a Burger King here. This is a very quick design of a Burger King. It's actually quite a big one, isn't it? Oh, I am planning on making another fast food restaurant very soon, probably tonight or something. But yeah, we've got a bit of detail outside here. There's a drive-through window there. I've even made the bit where you say, "Welcome to Burger King. Can I take your order, please?" in the drive-through. An old fridge there, shipping container there, which they would have squished in very tight there. And just the bin area here. So I'm actually quite impressed with the design of this building, to be fair. Another drive-through window there, and then the Burger King entrance here. I've got all the signage of the workshop. And even room for a little car park there as well. And yeah, that's the Burger King. If we turn around, we have the Splash Island water park. Now the car park's only small for this because they would only let a certain amount of people in each day if I was to run this place. The reason for that is because if they let so many people in, it'll get very busy and probably too busy. So the amount of car parking spaces you see here that are free, that's how many people would be able to go in the park all at once. And yeah, Splash Island, I've made this really nice looking building here. It's a very big building with all the palm trees outside and stuff. It was originally going to be an outdoor water park, but I changed my mind on that. And yeah, it's got a very interesting glass building look to it. It's got a them plastic looking walls, but it looks really nice, I think. The entrance I ain't done too much detail on, to be fair. I will be changing a lot on this. The entrance, the main entrance here, security. We've even got a little security office here. Nothing in it. Splash Island. Oh, I put Splash Island. I've only just realised that. Nice little clock there. A steering wheel for the steering wheel. Is that what they're called? And then wheels on a boat, not on a bus, on a boat. And yeah, this is a very nice looking entrance here when you come in. It looks very nice. Changing rooms here. The families. This is the kids area. Some seating outside here. Some very lot of water effects. An abandoned ship there. It's one of them floating tap features. A little trick for you. It's actually a glass tube holding up a metal tap there. That is actually how it works in real life, and it actually does look quite effective, that does, to be fair. A little structure here, well, it's not very little. This is called the splash zone, the kids area where they go with, it's very inspired by Waterworld or Splash Landings at Alton Towers, with all the water features in it and stuff. We've got all different sections here. Slide here, literally go through it. It literally goes into the floor, which is not very safe. You come up here and back down there. A lot of little water features on there as well. Another slide up here. It's not a tube slide, you might bang your head on the support here. I just realised that. Very interesting at the top because it's got some effects here. Look, for example, you've got to walk across the net. You won't actually fall through here, will you? But you've got to walk across the net onto the planks. I think this is maybe an incomplete. One of them buckets here which actually tips over and spills water out. I managed to make it do that, but I actually had to use a trigger from one of the rides, but that ride's no longer there. So yes. And just some little slides out here, and also if we go over here, we have a boat which the kids can sit in, take a picture from this angle. They're getting on the ladders here, and then to get the photo. Also over here I have inspired by the Waterworld water park in the UK. I've got the lily pad things here where you jump onto the lily pads. And yeah, so that's that in the water park. Also some drying machines, just some dry off machines. Did I make them myself or did I download them off the workshop? I can't remember. But we've got this very long slide here. You go all the way up this spiral staircase. It's like a rainbow looking thing. It's not something you'd see all the time with Planet Coaster. So yeah, you literally choose your slide. This is probably one of the biggest ones in the world, I think. I'm probably going to have to put a wall here so no one accidentally flicks off, because that's quite a big drop. But yeah, you can see like, where's my mummy? Oh, there she is. Hello. Because you wave to your parents. And then off you go down the slide. Takes you about 1,000,000 years to get to the bottom, where we have this weird water effect. It's actually glass, don't tell anyone. I could have like some splash effects at the bottom as well, really, couldn't I? And yeah, that's the water park. I've also got this extended out bit here as well, which I'm working on. As we can see, it has no roof. And yeah, 14 minutes in and we've only just done that. So we've got some houses here. Some very classic British houses here, just some very old ones. They haven't got a chimney or a fancy driveway. They'll probably just be council houses or something. This area did have one of them new estates with new houses in it. Here's one of the houses turned into a fireworks shop. That's the only one left. I decided to knock them all down because it didn't look right. I had no idea what I was thinking building one of them, and I don't understand why they're building them in real life. But yeah, here's what one of them would have looked like. But this is obviously a shop. It would have looked a bit different than this. So this is the Torley fireworks shop. Excuse me. It's got no interior. Has it got a garden? Yeah, it's got a garden. And yeah, that's one of them new builds. This is actually a pub, and also a new build. This is what it would look like on a new estate, a pub. Very high ceilings there, brick walls, no seating in it whatsoever, and the bar is the most plain thing ever apparently. But yeah, not too bad though. As we can see, I'm not finished that yet, but I will be very soon. I haven't done too much work on that. It's even got a car park around the back. And yeah, I'm actually doing some greenery here just to hide off all the glass windows here, so no one's like, look at all them people in the water park. Because yeah, you don't want people looking in when you're wearing all your swimming costumes and stuff. The only caravan park we've got in the Seaside Resort is this one. I'll show you that in a minute. I don't know why I'm talking about that. In fact, no, I'll show you a bit more around here actually. A few more houses here. The playground here. It's got a zip line on it. It's got a swing on it, which also looks incomplete. I'm not too sure what's happening with that swing. A roundabout and some swings there. And these swings don't look very safe because if you go too high, you'll end up either flinging off all the way into that car park or banging yourself on that fence. Might need to do a bit of work on that. Oh, I think the game might be saving again. Also got a slide up here as well, just at the end of the park. A little climbing bit on top of there. Some houses here and here as well. The gardens are really not the best because they've got caravans literally outside, so you can wake up to some neighbours also waking up to you. The only people that own cars apparently live here, with the weirdest driveway ever. Some more houses just there, a couple of houses. Very seaside town looking. Oh yeah, I do have some gardens for these, look. They are actually very hidden. Give it a second, I think it's saving. We'll give it a second. So yeah, I've decided to go to town really with most of the buildings. Most of the buildings have interiors, not all of them, because I don't want to do it for every building, because the game will be really crashy. I'm going to have a little break, because I've been talking for a very long time. Okay, there we go. Sorry, my voice is getting a bit sore because I've been talking for that long. So anyway, the gardens in these little houses, designed don't quite like to fit with each other. As you can see with this one, it's got a lot of flowers and got a massive tree in it. With this one here, the greenhouse, it's even got its own little driveway here with some very interesting looking fences. This is one of my favourite actually areas to build, I think, in the town, because I decided to go to detail with it, and it took me a while to figure everything out and stuff. Some bins here, one of them's open. This back garden's got a shed in it. There's no interior, just an empty shed. It's quite realistic to be fair, isn't it? Probably what a shed would look like. Even got its own little private stairs just from the garden of this person's house, just to the car park, just a little shortcut to the seafront. Or they could just go through their alleyway but next to their house and then literally just walk down there. There's no path here because it was a bit limited with the space. Down here then, down this road which goes onto the seafront, which I'll show you very soon. This house is supposed to have a very concrete driveway, but I'm not too sure what happened there. Just a very simple little garden here, not too much detail because not every garden has to have loads of plants in it and stuff. This house here is unique. It's also got a little driveway there. I really like how I did the driveways. Very weird looking fence here. There's a brick wall. this house is unique because in this tiny little space we have an interior. The only house that has an interior. So we've got a hallway in here, put your shoes in there. It's even got its own driveway, as I just showed you. Plant pot. The bedroom, it's only got one bedroom. It'll probably have a sofa bed as well, with it only having one bedroom. Bedrooms all squished together, and it's actually quite a big bedroom for a little house. It's got its own wardrobe, it's got a phone, some shirts, a very small TV on the wall, a clock, some lights there, even its own little bedside table, and it's still got some nice floor space and some curtains there as well. The bathroom, oh, the shower was on. Shower, sink, and oh, this is an interesting, I don't remember doing this sink, but yeah, I designed that quite well. A very custom designed shower, which I did as well. I even added the sink there as well, the drain, sorry, there, and a toilet as well, obviously, because every bathroom has to have a toilet. Some very thick walls as well. Also, we've got no door here, just an archway into the kitchen, which is not too designed, but you can't do too much because it's only a little house. The living room here, which is squished in, some sofas, candle, even some cups of tea, and a big wall TV with a nice window looking outside at the house over there. The kitchen ain't done too much with. I've done the floor, which looks really nice, and all the kitchen-y bits, and the window, and the light as well, of course. Also looks nice at night time, as we can see. And yeah, so that's the house, which has an interior, and it's also got its own little garden. It's a nice house. I like the colour. I like the blue colour on this house. You wouldn't think all that fit in there, would you? That does look quite weird, to be fair. I never actually looked at it like that. Some bins here. It's even got its own little alleyway, which I don't even remember building, which leads to absolutely nowhere. Just a bin with a very, very little shortcut to the seafront. You'd have to be quite skinny to fit through there. Yeah, little shortcut just out here into the car park. Also well on stairs. This garden though is quite unique because it's got a hill in it. So when it's snowing, I'm guessing people go sledging, whoever lives here, in their own back garden. And you've got the other houses like this one with no interior. And yeah, this area just through here, a shortcut to the marketplace, which I'll show you. Even some stairs going upstairs here into the building, one of the buildings there. It'll even add a little storage area in here. So I've designed it very well with all the buildings and alleyways and stuff. Anyway, so if we come back up here, we've got the Sandy Beach Caravan Park, which also looks nice at night time as well. The lighting on the trees and stuff, and the nice sign. So this is a family run caravan park. As we can see, it's got a house there and all the caravans, and an extended part of the house with reception. Come in, nice little water fountain. You got the house there, which the owners will own. Got all the caravans here. Now I've actually been doing quite a bit of work to the caravan park. This space has been extended here to make ways for camper vans which want to stay overnight, because I realise caravan parks have them, camper van parking. As we can see, I made a start to that here by adding some circles or some parking spaces, just to start there. That's where I'm up to building at the moment. Caravans, obviously, got some caravans which I've made. Even got its own little balcony you can get, or I've even added a little space just where a caravan would have been one day. You can have a standard caravan, or you could book a luxury caravan over here, which is, as we can see, slightly a bit longer than the others. It's even got its own little area over here and supports underneath it just to make sure it's stable on the grass. And yeah, also the caravan park, I'll be extending it all out here and stuff. And I've also rearranged a lot of the caravans as well, just to because there was a lot of caravans and they were all very spaced and squished in, but they're not anymore. Like this one, for example, I can get rid of. I think I won't do it now because I'm doing the video. I've also even put a lorry carrying a caravan here as well, and it's even got the balcony there, look, separated from it. And yeah, because you do tend to find them all around seaside resorts. And yeah, what else have we got down here? I think that's everything over here. So if we come back to the seafront then, so if we do a bit of a seafront tour, so we've got the church over here. The church hasn't got a name, but yeah, I did this. This is one of the first buildings I actually did. The only change I've done to this was a few days ago actually, by adding this yellow cross here, which is actually lights up at night time as well, as we can see. And yeah, church looking really nice. Very little car park next to it as well. And yeah, the pirate bar, which has been refurbished. I refurbished it, I redid it all, took the old theming out, put a new one in, even got rid of the boat and just put the exact same boat in. No idea why. Yeah, the pirate bar, ship and chips. Well, ship and chips. It's very similar to the old one, but the theming's a lot more better, and it's a bit more realistic as well. As you can see, this is inspired by the trawler's catch in Skegness, also on the seafront. And yeah, it looks nice at night time as well. If I just switch it to night time. And yeah, some neon lights are on the side of the building as well. Yes, the building does have an interior, like most. As we can see, there's some seating in it. It did look very plain previously with the ceiling. It was this high, and I've extended the ceiling up a little bit, because I was worried you'd bang your head on the ceiling. Some wooden seating instead of that horrible metal one we previously had. A lot better theming. The bar has been themed up better. The only thing that hasn't changed is the surface here. That's always been there, and the floor as well. Some TV menu screens up there, and then the kitchen would be behind here. I'm not too sure how big the kitchen would be. If you want to order your food, you come here, you have to queue up down here. I've even designed it. I did this when I first did the bar. This is probably I think this was the first building actually. In fact, no, there was the next door building which was the first. I've even designed it like you're actually sitting in a pirate ship with the curved walls. But yeah, that's inspired by the trawler's catch, that building. I haven't got them metal doors which shuts, they come down from the ceiling. I've got these foldable ones here, which like very similar ones to the fun fair, but they're metal, these ones here. A little shortcut leading to the neon bar. At night time, it's a nightclub. In the daytime, it will run as a children's families entertainment area. It's even got a stage over here, an extended part, as we can see, which looks really nice. Got more of my details on there. And yeah, nice little stage. And yeah, I took my time with this, and this is where the bar would be for it. And yeah, post box here, because why not? Every town has one. This was actually this was the first building that I did actually make in the seaside town. I've been working on this for quite a few months, nearly a year now actually. The ice cream shop, this is had a bit of a change. The outside has changed a lot. Got a new sign, as we can see. New benches, some ice creams here. No smoking area. We come in. Nothing's changed inside. We've got the counter bang on in the middle of the place. Very nice ice cream place here. Some tables. Someone's left their ice creams. Even all the bits of ice cream down here which you can have. And a computer here. And just some other bits. And the oh, what's going on in here? And it won't have a kitchen, because this is the kitchen here. The ice cream. Hang on, the game's saving again. But yeah, so the kitchen would be in that back room, but that's been bought out by the neon bar. It would have been in real life, so, and obviously because it's only ice cream, it doesn't need a full-on kitchen just to make ice cream. It will just have a little bar counter behind here with some ice cream bits where it would be made, so you could just stand here and watch it being made. But yeah, the ice cream shop, this is also in the oldest building in the town. If we give it a second, I just need a break. That's a good idea actually. Every time it saves, I'll stop talking. I'll give myself a rest. There we go. So yeah, so every time it saves, I'm gonna have a bit of a break because my voice is hurting a bit. Tawley Chippy. This is a chip shop. Has been replaced. Well, it's not been replaced. It's been refurbed. Most of the buildings have lately. Some very nice floor-to-ceiling windows. Very wide door. A brand new sign. Smaller than the previous one, but it's a lot more realistic looking with some fish on it, and still got a starfish on it. If we come in, similar design to the old one. One of them office looking ceilings. I need to add some lights in here, really, don't I? Hasn't got any lights in it, just realised. Just a chippy, really. Of course, the kitchen will be behind here. There isn't actually anything upstairs in these buildings. It's only the downstairs, because if I did upstairs then it would just take forever and it would make the game really crashy. Just an apartment building here, just another building with a balcony on top, as we can see, and also not really an interior, just some stairs, nothing in there really. Also some just plain random buildings here. This one's got a pizza box on the outside, that's what makes it unique. Someone's wasted a full pizza. Some green flower pots there. Also at this part I've got some bits going across to the lampposts, some flags, some bunting, some lights. The only arcade in the town at the moment. I'll add some more. Oh, I've got a good idea actually on the fun fair. I'll probably add one of them. You know, them fun fair arcades which you can get in fun fairs. In here is the arcade. I'm not too sure what's happened to the floor. It seemed to have disappeared, but it's just concrete for some reason. Got some arcade games here which I've downloaded off the Steam Workshop. It's not a seaside town without, if it doesn't have an arcade, does it? Some prizes here, you know, all the prizes in the seaside towns which cost so much money. Even a Lego roller coaster set there, which I also got off the Steam Workshop. It's quite cool how they did that. The reason why I have a bike here is because when I went on holiday to Skegness when I was a very young child, I remember going to the arcade and there was a bike on the wall behind the counter, and it was a red bike, a bit like that, and I really wanted it, but I never got enough tickets for it, so I added it in the seaside town Tawley, and that's how I will remember that bike. It'll be too small for me now. You can even win balloons as well. An air hockey machine as well. We can't win the air hockey machine, I mean there's an air hockey machine there, you know what I mean. And there's also a taxi outside for some random reason. Little alleyway here where the cars go to park up. I've designed this car park with a yellow line going on outside, just for a bit of safety at night time, because so they can see there's a wall there, which is where the next level of the town is, as we can see. And just a wall here just to separate off the backs of the buildings there as well. Also we have the has this hotel got a name? Because it's been through quite a few names. It did used to be called the Queen's Hotel, and then it was a Holiday Inn, and now it hasn't got a name apparently, but it has got some rooms in it, as we can see. I'm not too sure what I was doing when I was doing this hotel, but yeah, it's a very interesting design. It's a very big hotel on the seafront, but yeah, nothing in it, no interior, but yeah, very nice big red hotel. The Big Red, I could call it the Big Red, like the Big Blue in Blackpool. The Coca-Cola shop. Now, there probably is one of these somewhere in the world, but I decided to make my own one. I don't know if this is an actual shop in real life. I do remember seeing one in Disney. I don't know why I just changed it to night time. But yeah, as we can see, come in here. It's a bit like the Cadbury shop, which you get in a lot of shopping outlets. You come in, you got some Coca-Cola things, like get a green screened photo of Coca-Cola logo. An old Coca-Cola stand which they've got in there, some old vending machines, some random Coca-Cola things. If you're wondering where I got all these Coca-Cola logos and objects, just go on the Steam Workshop and search Coca-Cola and it will come up with a lot of things. Even a Coca-Cola bin and some signs in the windows, and also an old Coca-Cola beverage brigade, and the counter where you can even get a cup of Coca-Cola from an old styled Coca-Cola cup. And also a very, not these this would just be painted on in real life, just some bricks with the Coca-Cola logo on it. Oh Jesus, I said Coca-Cola a lot there, didn't I? And it's even got room for a tiny little back room where the stairs would have been, just to go upstairs. And yeah, that is, oh, and also the nice architectural ceiling as well. And that's the Coca-Cola shop. A plain building here with nothing in it. This road goes back up to this area. What have we got here? This is a pharmacy. Well, it would be a pharmacy, but there's not really an interior. Nothing in there. Mel's Sunbed Hire. If you've ever watched the series Benidorm, I think you can watch it on Netflix. Go on there and then come back here, and then you'll know why I've called it Mel's Sunbed Hire. But yeah, as we can see, you can get your own sunbeds in here. Very coloured sunbeds. A very nice weird looking lamp light on the ceiling. A very nice looking front desk here as well. And a door going into a back room here where it would just be an apartment or something. And yeah, you can get your sunbeds here. Oh no, I just remembered the back room here is where all the other sunbeds, because these won't be the only sunbeds, will they? This room would be filled to the brim with sunbeds for people to hire and take on the beach for the day or the holiday or something. There wouldn't be wooden ones in real life. Oh, I need a break again. When's it going to save again? The marketplace, the Torley Market. This is, obviously it has all the market stalls. Some cones here just so no cars come into here, because you don't want that. You've got some random bits out here with some tents as well. Some curtains and some chairs and some arcade machines here for sale. And another one of these apparently. I'm just going to get rid of that because we've already got one of them in the town, haven't we? Empty, just an empty marketplace with only a statue apparently. A lot of these market stalls usually do get emptied, don't they? This will be the clothes area where people will be selling the clothes. If we come over to this side, we've got a wall just separating this area and the caravan park. More tents over here, just selling some random bits. The randomest bits I could find on the workshop. Literally a mirror ball, an umbrella, a door, an art. They're probably the randomest objects ever. And one of them old sea looking things, which probably someone found in the sea. Just some old bits here, like a fire extinguisher there, and a filing cabinet, if you really need one of them. A piano, looks like this guy was a musician, and of course he's selling some plants there as well. And yeah, that's the marketplace. Oh, also some bits here. Looks like I didn't want to finish. I don't know what's going on here. This clock is not wanting to agree with the physics. Apparently, it's just a leaning clock. Some random bits on here that people would just be selling. And yeah, literally very random things. A modelled roller coaster there as well. Just some very random things. And yeah, so another public car park here, just for tourists, people coming in the summer, just like getting Skegness and Wales and stuff. This Torley Cinema, probably one of the biggest indoor spaces in the Seaside Resort. It has a full interior. I'm not too sure what's happened to the floor in there. It should turn into grass. A lot of that has happened in the town. Literally, very nice ceiling. Oh, my tooth's hurting. Some TVs just showing what movies they've got playing. The front desk where you can go to get your movie and your popcorn here. I've added actual popcorn as well, where people would just get your popcorn. And of course, we've got screen run here with an actual interior. These don't really look very good in the day. They look good at night time really, because as we know, movie places are dark in the cinema. And yeah, they look really good at night time, don't they? Even got the aisle going up in the middle. I know everyone likes to sit at the back row, don't they? Because they can get the best view A lot of people say it's at the front, but it's just too in your face at the front, I find. I'm sure, is it this one that has a fire exit? Well, they all do, obviously, but this one has a weird fire exit. If we switch it back to day, come around here, there's that man just saying, "Can I have your tickets, please?" Alright, off you go see a movie. You go to your screen. We've got they're all the same design screens, as we can see. This one's turned off. There's quite a few of these. Literally a whole corridor full of them. And then we've got a corridor here with some fire exits in, just leading out to... Oh, what's in here? Oh, is the game saving again? Yeah. Give it a second. Nice break. Anyway, sorry about that. Just a bit of a break there. The final screen, 7. I'm sure you can hear this from outside if the volume... Oh, there we go, it's playing something. There's no floor in here as well, not too sure what's happening to the floor. And a double door fire exit at the end here. And yeah, and that's the cinema. There's also, I've planned it out to have a fire exit which goes all the way around the building, apart from on this bit for some reason. It goes all the way down here. You can either, if you want to, you can escape through here, run over the hedge, or just go down here onto the seafront. A little storage area here with some bins for the cinema. A little stall here, which sells coffee and donuts. Yeah. Anyway, so this doesn't have a name. This is where the pier is located, in the middle. I'm very impressed with how this area has turned out, so if I give you a quick tour. So this is like an extended area with some extra bits to do. Just some more entertainments. You've even got donkey rides there, look, for example, some rides. The pier's here as well. Give you a look at the pier. I've actually extended the pier, as we can see. Just some seating on there, not a really special pier, just some nice decorations over here. Here's the pier. A very unique restaurant called the Hawaiian Bar underneath the pier. It's got some nice frogs on the edge of the building, not too sure why. This actually goes underneath the pier. You can take your food out of the restaurant if you really want to, and you can go up here and eat on the pier. And yeah, also we've got some just some random bits out here. A couple of rides, Planet Coaster's Twister, a non-operational ride which I got off the Toolkit Items Workshop, and a bandstand for some entertainments. Ice cream van here, and a beef buns burger van. Same designs as the one in the fun fair, just a bit different, just to make it look a bit different, because I don't want to copy them. Also a statue of an angel, because why not? And yeah, you can go up on the pier as well. And just some weird little extra designs here, like a cone, some details there, and a fire exit. On this side, if you really want to, you could just cut through here, just to go through to the rides area. You could just cut through the Hawaiian Bar. You got a nice little area. Probably have some outdoor seating for the Hawaiian Bar there. You got this big glass fence here, just to, if there's any major floods or something, these fences will stop it. Obviously, we've also got a foot wash. People just put their feet in here, just standing there, and their feet will be washed from all the sand coming off the beach. So yeah, because I know that can be quite an annoying thing when you go on holiday. A little ice cream stall there. This will actually just come on the back of a truck or something, as we can see. Just a very cheap and nasty one. But yeah, nice little statue there. Don't know what it is, just a person. And just some extra details like some plants, rock and seafood you can buy here. This is the swan boat hire, where you can go in here, you hire your swan boats. This is actually a lifted up building, as we can see. It's got space underneath it. You hire your swan boats in here. You can even test a boat if you want to here. I did actually change it. If you remember, this used to be a very long weird little pier which went all the way out into the sea, and it looked ridiculous, and the swans were literally parked on the water. Whereas now I've come up with the idea of people, these swan boats being on the beach, being locked up to something. A staff member will come out, they will unlock one of the boats, put it on their tow truck, drive the truck all the way to the front of the beach with the customers in it, and then they'll get in the boat from there, and then it'll go drive back over here, carry on doing its job. That's how I've designed that. And that the blue building there is where you will hire the swan boats. Public toilets here, because most places do anyway. Most towns and cities. Oh, I'm tired from talking. A very big Holiday Inn hotel here. It's not really a skyscraper. It did used to be quite a big skyscraper, but I thought it just looked ridiculous. You got a nice little historical town, and then you got a big skyscraper there. Very nice big car park there as well, obviously. A small warehouse here. This has actually belonged to the council, just to store some public decorations which would have been put up by the council. Just some like Christmas decorations and Halloween decorations. And it will also have things like bins and broken lampposts and road signs and stuff in there, and you know, just stuff like that really, fences. Here we have the town hall. If you don't know what a town hall is, it's just a very big, well, it's not very big, but it's just a hall which most towns have. I can't think of anywhere which doesn't have one really. Most towns have this little hall in it where people come out, like rent the building out to do some like performances or some like, I don't know, clubs or something. Some lighting on the ceiling there, and we've got like a stage up here, because most of them do have something like this. I can think of quite a few places which have this actually. And yeah, so that's the town hall. It's even got its own car park. The Torley Flowers, the florist shop, where you can buy your flowers. There's no interior in there, but it has got a flower area where you can just get some flowers outside, which looks really nice. I can already just smell all the flowers just walking through here actually. That feels quite weird. It's almost like I can actually smell them. This blue building here, I keep saying I'm about to do it, but I'm not. Well, I probably will do eventually. This is going to be a vet's, because you're going to need a vet's, aren't you? Just an empty car park here. Not too much detail. Probably the biggest site business on the entire town. This is the Pleasure Beach, where all the rides are stored. This is not really inspired by anywhere actually. I just came up with all this myself, designed all this little theme park myself. I've actually closed it off, as we can see. I've made it look like it's closed over winter. My plan is to open the town all year round onto the steam workshop, and then in the winter time I'm actually going to make everything look closed up and stuff and look all very wintry. And I also am actually planning on doing a Christmas version of the town as well. Yeah, speaking of that, doing that, I've actually got a project coming up very soon which I'll be doing something like that, so stay tuned for that. But this is the Pleasure Beach. It's had a complete refurbishment of the entrance area, different colours and stuff, different lights and stuff, a repaint of the sign here, some different fonts and everything, an actual fold up, well, it doesn't fold up but it would in real life, a fold up gate which just closes it off, and the Pleasure Beach is open March the 9th till 20th of September. It would be in real life if it was a real place. Just some random bits here to make it look very closed. This, if you remember, this is where the paratrooper was located. I've actually decided to make it look fold up. This isn't an actual folded up ride, but it would be. I've made it a fold up ride, but the paratrooper is actually located underneath the ground. If you can just make that out there. I've made it look like it's been folded up into this. Just put everything together really. And yeah, it looks very complicated. But as we know, it takes a lot of work to do the folding up in fun fairs. And yeah, you can just make some bits out of that. That's the pay box there. You got the fences here. They're the roofs for the gondolas on there. I've also done the same to the waltzer over here. That's folded up over the winter. Probably going to different fairs or something. Done this custom as well. The only thing I've kept is the pay box. As we can see, I really like how that turned out, to be fair, this lorry. That's also located... Oh, no, hang on, I don't think it is. That's also located underneath the ground as well. And yeah, this gate as well, where all the rides would actually come in. The rides would probably not come in through the main entrance, because you wouldn't really fit that paratrooper underneath there, would you? That is the gate. It will come through next to here, and it will go through that gate there. And then, yeah. I've done some of the rides, like this ride here, for example. I've changed it all to black, just so it looks like it's been all turned off, all the lights and that. And, of course, the twister as well. I've made it look switched off. A brand new wild mouse. I did do a video building a wild mouse, but it didn't save for some reason. That wild mouse, so I have made a new one, and I'm actually quite a lot more impressed with this one, to be fair. It's a lot more realistic, and I've managed to complete all the supports and everything as well. But yeah, a very simple design, not too long, short and sweet really. But not all rides are perfect, are they? Literally, it comes up here. It's just testing now, look. Big drop there. Bit of a spin. Spin you around. And then down the drop. Oh, it's saving. Give it a second to save. One second. And we're back. And that's the wild mouse right there. Literally just squeezes through all these bits here and into the station, which I've also managed to finish with a complete queue line. I will actually be folding all the rides back out again soon, because obviously it's near March already. I think it's the 20th of March. This opens. The roller coaster here, you may recognise this coaster. This does actually travel around in real life. You will see this at a lot of fun fairs. There is, where is there one of these? There's one in the Vintage Fun Fair at Skegness. There's one at Twin Lakes Theme Park in the UK. They're the only two permanent ones that are at places that I know of, and that I've actually ridden as well. But yeah, they're just little spinning coasters, as we can see. Done the same colour they usually are. They usually are this colour anyway, aren't they? But yeah, a couple of new rides over here actually. We've got a what's this one called? A Wacy Horn. I don't know how you say that. There's a ride that is in real life called New York, New York. I really like Planet Coaster's pay box, to be fair, of how they've done that. I really like the pay box. But yeah, you can pretend you're operating the ride here, can't you? You've even got the control panel. Ladies and gentlemen, we have finally finished the ride. Please exit to the left and let's go backwards. There we go, it's going backwards. That came out of perfect timing. Got a very big roof, that ride. A wave swinger over here, the swing ride as some people call it, if you're not a ride enthusiast. I've decided to make it a bit more customly made. For example, I've got rid of that concrete floor that Planet Coaster puts in. I've had to hide this wall that Planet Coaster put in because I just want it to be like that. I don't want it to be very fancy. I can't do much to the ceiling because that moves, as you can see. Does it hit that ride? I don't think it does. And yeah, sorry about that, just need a break for my voice. A new Ferris wheel in the town. I just realised we've got quite a little bit left to show. A Ferris wheel here, this is brand new. This is just testing. We've got some custom bits here. They're actually umbrellas, as we can see. Down here we've got a fun house which I'm building. This is actually going to be another part of it here. So we pay in the pay box here. We go on this bit up here, go up the steps. Got a wonky floor there. You jump across the river bit there. One of them spinning tunnels. Some people ask to turn it off just to cheat. A bit of a soft play looking area here. Jump over here. You got the wonky steps over here. These are unique because you got to jump onto here. One of them really weird looking, you know, when you go to B&M and you got one of them oh, what's it called? You know, at the checkout where you slide your shopping across and these metal bars spin, where you actually got to walk across one of them. A mirror maze over here. Find your way through. Bit of a simple mirror maze there. Some of these spinny things which you have to walk through, you can just play with them. And that's what I got the fun house so far, and I've even added my own lights on it and stuff and everything. And yeah, one final thing in the fun fair, well, a couple of bits. The Iron Claw I've had a repaint of, which looks really nice. There's a ride here which is folded up. I customly made that. And there's also a van here with some like fun fair colours on it. Just a spare ride tokens thing there. Cone on the floor, just some extra details really. And these are actually, I forgot to show you, these are all located outside the rides. Not these ones, but these ones. You get your ride tokens from the person that's sitting there. And you got some red ones here where you can get some wristbands to get entry to all the rides. Down this like games street here, where all the food is and the games and stuff, just next to the entrance with that really nice wooden floor effect. This is a ball toss. This roof here, it actually folds up, so it's a big flat wall. This will be the ceiling on the inside, this bit. And I have actually folded it all up, as you can see. It all does look folded up. These doors open up as well. And yeah, it looks really nice. You've got all the prizes on the floor and stuff. I'm really impressed with how this came out, actually. There's the table, which sits here, where the balls are in a bowl and stuff. And yeah, like I said, these doors fold out. And yeah, the Burgers van here. Same design Burgers van as previously shown you in the episode. And a games thingy here, which I've also got over there somewhere. And yeah, also final thing in the fun fair, we have a medical centre where if there's any injuries, people can come in here and they can get better. They can walk in really injured, they can walk out like a brand new person. And yeah, come around here then, you've probably just seen it already. It's a Starbucks. This is probably the most impressive design building that I've made on Planet Coaster. This has honestly gone so well, this Starbucks building. Starbucks coffee. So we've got a Starbucks sign here on the outside, which looks very realistic. This is a little bit of an outlook of the building. You've got the drive-through here. Got a green wall here. A seating area there. There's some bins there, look. This is the drive-through area where you get your food or drink. And yeah, and that's the drive-through. You've also got a car park here as well for the Starbucks. And you've also got an interior with some like coffee coloured, a very like a cosy, because I know like coffee shops, they've got quite a cosy atmosphere, aren't they, inside? Yeah, some seating in here. The area where you get your food and whatnot, you go take your order. The drive-through windows in here. And also some stairs here with an upstairs seating area, which is very big, where all the sofas are located. And that is the Starbucks. I think this is the final thing then I've got to show you. This is going to be a bowling alley area, indoor building. I've only just built this. It's actually a purple metal building, and I thought I'd spice things up a little bit. It's got a colour scheme of yellow, purple and green. And it's also got a car park there and an extended car park over here, which I'll be building. And yeah, so I think we've covered everything then in the entire Seaside town in 1 hour and a couple of minutes. I hope you enjoyed watching the video. Like and subscribe if you did. Turn on the post notifications so you don't miss out when we upload another video, just like this one. I really need a break now from talking, because I don't think I've talked so much in my life. So yeah, like and subscribe, turn on the post notifications so you don't miss out when we upload another video just like this one. More vlogs coming soon. We've got another fun fair coming soon. I've got a vlog on hold which I'm just editing at the moment and just sorting out the footage from a fun fair. That'll be up very soon. I've already got some on-ride POVs on the channel from that. And I will see you in the next episode. Goodbye.